Hey folks, Bobcat here coming to you from the Main Street Farms kitchen. We've had a lot of talk on the Facebook group lately about the fresh rolls, also known as spring rolls or summer rolls. So we're going to show you guys how I make them. They're one of my favorites. I make them quite often. I like them for a couple of reasons. One, it's super quick and easy. It requires very little heat other than heating up some water. It's great because you can pretty much use everything but the kitchen sink, whatever veggies you have in season, plus a little bit of some oils and stuff for the sauce. I like to use hot sauce. And then this is the important thing here, the spring roll wrappers. I know you can definitely get them at like Green Star and Ithaca or at the Co-op in Syracuse. And I think sometimes Price Chopper and Tops, you can find them in some of your normal grocery stores now in like the ethnic sections. So that's the important part. Spring roll wrappers. I pre-chopped some veggies, so we got some hickory turnips here. I like to do like matchsticks. We got some onions, cucumbers, also sliced thin, some basil. We got chard, lettuce, kale, some radishes we had leftovers, I shredded carrot, kohlrabi, and beets. I find those are best when shredded, and some scallions. And so the sauce, we're not going to get too much into the sauce right now, but if you go to our salad dressing page, I gave you guys my recipe for my sesame ginger dressing. All you pretty much have to do to the sesame ginger dressing is add peanut butter, and you get this great sauce. I put some fresh basil and garlic scapes in it today. You could use whatever herbs we have, or when garlic is in season, really good in there. I like to make it in the food processor, quick and easy. When I make this with my wife, we divide and conquer. She does the veggie prep, I do the sauce. This meal is ready to go in about 10 minutes. I also like some peanuts and sriracha, hot sauce, optional. So that's our basic stuff that we have. And another reason why I really like to make this is you can really personalize it. So, you know, you don't have to put every single thing in each wrap every time. You can make every wrap a little bit different. Or different people in your family don't like, say, onions or whatever. They don't have to put onions in their wrap, but you can have your onions if you love onions, right? So step one, after we do all that prep, I usually heat up some water in a kettle and put it in either a pie plate, or sometimes I just use it right in a frying pan. You can boil water right in a frying pan. You want to get the wraps nice and wet because that's going to make them a little bit more flexible. You don't want it to be too stiff because they could break. And, you know, that's a very important part. Don't rush it. It might take a little while to get used to where you want the consistency to be at. So don't get discouraged if you break a few wrappers in the process. They're relatively cheap. So usually if I break one, I just grab another one. So throw it on a plate there. I like to start with the sauce because I'll make my sauce a little bit on the runny side. If you like it thicker, just add more peanut butter and less of the oils and stuff. Sometimes I even add a little water in there. I like to spread it out so I can get peanut butter in every bite. I like to do the hot sauce first too because I love me some hot sauce. Then I usually start with the greens. Now I picture the way I want this to look, almost like a burrito. It's gonna be, you know, almost the size of like an egg roll. And so it's like a cylinder shape. So you wanna kind of place the veggies in that shape. So when we go to wrap it, it's gonna be easier. So try to remember not to overstuff it. I love to eat, so I'll always, the first one I'm really hungry, I'll make it really big and then it falls apart. And then I'm like, wait a minute, if only I make it a little bit smaller, then I could just eat more of them. So that's the trick, is not to go too big. My wife is really good at portion control, me not so much. So a little bit of all the veggies, like I said, you can pick and choose. I like to top it with a little bit of peanuts. Okay, ready? And this is where it really takes a lot of practice to get it in, get it right. So back in the day, I used to have some friends that worked at a taco shack, and they taught me the professional way to roll a burrito. So I roll these just like I roll a burrito. So again, if I'm going for that kind of shape there, I want to roll the sides over first. I fold those, and that keeps all the stuff from falling out the ends. So sides first, kind of fold them over. I kind of press it in up against itself so it kind of sticks a little bit. And then, same way you roll a burrito, or if you're into sushi, kind of go over, and then I kind of pull it back in. That's a little pro tip there. You want to pull it, tuck it under, and then just kind of wrap it back on itself. And it should just stick on its own. And there you go, you got a fresh roll. Sometimes it'll stick to the plate. You got to be gentle taking off the plate. But that's the Bobcat special right there. Fresh rolls. Summer rolls, great summertime treat. Thanks.